So I'm super excited that we're able to sit down and have this conversation that's inspired by the Keke Palmer Oprah Winfrey interview. So this is exciting. So to start us off and to get us warmed up, we have some just quick questions. We're going to ask one another. We have 15 seconds to answer it. Just a little icebreaker lightning round.
Yes.
So
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
In 15 seconds, just answer each one. Whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
Whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
Success means.
Success means, um, success means just being happy with, the goals that you've set, your accomplishments. Just success just to me just means being happy with myself. That's what it's,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Money can't buy.
Happiness.
Mm.
Happiness.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. One thing I wish women knew.
That the power is within. Like we have
Mm.
everything that we want is within us. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. One belief I had to unlearn.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yes. That I had to have everything figured out, that I had to feel
Mm.
ready, for
Mm.
whatever it is that I want. I had to unlearn that, okay, I needed to be
Mm.
ready or I had to have all the answers. So, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Awesome. One risk I'd take again, or that you would take again.
Yes. Oh, it would be the 30-day challenge of
Yeah,
visibility challenge.
okay.
Being
Okay.
visible again
Yes.
for 30 days, I would take that
Yes.
again. It was I guess it's not real. Well, I guess it's a risk because it's just, internally, I felt like it was a risk. So I would do that all over again. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Something you're no longer apologizing for.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a break when I need it.
Mm.
Taking a break. Yeah. That's a hard one for me.
Love that answer. Love
Yeah.
that answer. Last one. What does being enough mean to you?
Ooh. Being happy with the progress that I've made, even if it's not, consistent or it's not the way that I planned or designed it, just being happy with my progress, whatever that looks like. So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
Love that. All right, it's
So,
my turn. I
so
I did not practice these. I
me
hadn't seen
too.
them in what? I think it was like 2 weeks. So okay. So yeah, this super fresh for me too.
Yes. So, okay, sounds good. So I'll read it off to you. So,
Okay.
success means to you.
I think that success to me is it's a level of inner peace
Mm.
that you feel. So that means then it doesn't even matter if you, let's say you had an idea for something, and even if you didn't do it yet, there is still, when you
Mm.
knew you were on the right path and you know you will feel success even before you see the thing materialize, because I just feel like it's an inner peace. And that was longer than 15 seconds. I'm
I
sorry.
know, but that was good. That was so good. I had so many thoughts that came to my head, but no, that was good. I love that. I love that. All right. Money can't buy.
True respect.
Ooh,
There, true respect.
that's true. That's true.
True integrity, true respect. Because a
Yes.
lot of
Oh,
people, they're shelling out money, but people don't respect them.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I
So,
agree. Okay,
mhm.
I love that one. One thing you wish women knew.
I wish that they knew or recognized that the world kind of flipped things to
Mhm.
make us believe a lie. They flip things to make us think we're weaker. They try to use even biblical stories to try to say weaker vessel, weaker.
Yeah,
I do not believe that. I don't subscribe to that. And that is the lie to make us feel subdued,
yeah,
quiet
yeah,
as it's kept. Why would the devil go to the weaker one to try to convince them? Just saying.
yeah, yeah,
Why, if we want to believe the stories, I'm not
yeah.
saying we are
Exactly.
believing for that, but
Yeah.
if we're going to use the stories, why would the devil go to the weaker one? Why
Mm.
wouldn't he go to the stronger one to twist things up? But we'll save that for another time
Oh,
because we
okay.
don't need to
Okay.
get into
Yeah.
that
We
today.
Yes, we got to
Okay,
get into that. I want to hear more about that.
just
Yeah,
saying,
I like that. All
just
right.
saying.
I love that one. One belief you had to unlearn.
I had to unlearn. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Lordy, so many things,
Yeah.
so many things. I think I had to unlearn. There were certain things that I was putting on a pedestal
Ooh,
that society will make you feel like you're supposed to put
yeah.
people and certain people on a pedestal,
hmm
and I would unlearn that. I'm not putting anybody on a pedestal
Oh,
because that would be me making them an idol. I'm not supposed to do that because
yeah.
then it's me thinking or putting something above myself versus me looking into myself. So I would like to, and I'm in the process of making sure I, don't get tricked
Yes.
into
Yes.
that. But
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh no,
yeah.
I like that. I definitely had to go through that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yep.
resonated with that. One risk you take again.
Oh, I have one that sounds good and one that doesn't sound good. And will sound a little like a ruffian. Like, I would take the risk again of dating a boy that was like a thug when I was a teenager. Okay, because it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was exciting,
Okay.
and I would not take that back. It was great, and I would also go to Italy by myself at 21, like I did for a
Oh,
month
oh,
traveling. Yep, I would. I would. I don't take any of that back. Those were all risks. The
yeah.
whole trip was a risk. The
Oh,
traveling was a risk.
oh,
Lots of surprises that happened,
yeah.
and I wouldn't take any of it back. I wouldn't
Yeah.
take any. I would do it again. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
I love that. I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could take risks to travel solo, but I'm so scared. So,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
know you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it. I have to. I'm ready. I'm ready. So, yeah. Something you're no longer apologizing for.
I am no longer apologizing for if someone has like a misunderstanding
Mm,
um about me or something like that, and if I know I did not do anything to that person,
yeah,
I'm not going to like apologize just to keep the peace. Like sometimes you apologize just to keep the peace,
yeah,
and the person goes on still thinking the wrong thing.
yeah,
I ain't doing that.
yeah,
If you're gonna think the wrong thing, you could think the wrong thing on your own.
yeah,
I don't have to help you belittle myself, and
mm,
you still gonna think the wrong thing. I don't
yeah.
think so.
I
So
like that.
that I'm done with that.
Ooh,
I'm
I
done.
love
I'm
that.
done with that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I resonate with
Mm-hmm.
that too. There you go. And the last one is, what does being enough mean?
That one is a tough one for me to articulate, but I'm gonna try.
Mhm.
Truly understanding that it's not about anybody else.
Oh,
Like it's truly just about me. The love you want to feel,
mm,
you're enough to have that inside yourself. Anything you want to be or feel like you want to achieve, like you're enough to be able to know you could do it, kind of thing. Like, so I guess it just comes back to like an assuredness,
yeah.
that knowing who you actually are,
Mm, mm,
and knowing that you don't need anything additional. Don't need anything additional. And
mhm.
that's, you know,
Being enough.
one of the lies of the world is to
Mhm.
make us feel like we need something additional. And it's like, and no, we were born enough. The
Yeah,
baby comes out, we smile and we say, oh, so wonderful. And then
yeah,
as it grows up, we start telling, oh, you need this, you need that. It did not need that. It came out, it didn't know how to do anything. It
right,
didn't know how to do anything.
right.
We had to, and it was enough then, and we're
Yeah,
still enough now.
yeah.
And
Oh, I
that's
love
that.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Ooh, these were good,
All right.
Keisha. I love these. I love your answers.
And I loved yours too.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Right.
first question.
Yeah.
First question. So with the Oprah Keke Palmer interview, we loved it. So much good stuff that came out of it. One question here. What was one thing that Oprah said that stayed with you after the interview ended.
Mm.
And there was so many. There were so many. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely loved when she said that. If I can, I'm trying to see if I can quote it exactly the way she said it, but she said
Mm-hmm.
something about how if she can go back in time, she would go
Mm.
back to the age 44.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that is the age that I'm coming up on in next month. And so
Yeah.
she said that life just finally, I think that's what she said, that life just started
Mm-hmm.
to begin for her. And
Yes.
she said that I'm like, wow, because, with my life, I feel like everything has been good. I mean, of course, we have ups and downs, but I have been on this journey of doing a lot of inner work. So I'm like, okay, when will this inner work just start to manifest itself? When will I see the next version of myself? And
Mm.
there's so many things about myself that I'm just ready to see. I'm ready to live a certain life and just become a certain person. And so when Oprah just, it's almost like that permission, that silent permission that she gave when she said, you find yourself at 44. And so she would
Yeah.
go back to that. And so the fact that I feel like I'm on this journey. I started this journey 2 years ago, and then to just get to 44, and I have so many things coming up that's just going to expand me. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
scared, I'm nervous, I'm happy, and I'm like, am I doing the right thing? And then
Yeah.
to kind of hear Oprah say something like that, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
So that is
Yes.
one of the things out of the many things that I can remember that she said that resonated with me that I liked.
Yes.
So,
I love that. I
how about
love
you?
that. And that is going to lead us into the next question. I'm going to respond to, that first question I
Yeah.
posed to you. Um, so for me, one of the things that she said, I did have it written down because I'm like, okay, it resonated with me a lot. She said, if you don't have other people who see you for the light that you see, that you are, for the joy that you are, or the goodness you bring, that you're with the wrong people.
Yes.
So I like that
Yeah.
because I feel like it's just such a well-rounded thought,
Yeah.
right? It goes for anything,
Yeah.
anything. So and when I was messaging with you, for example, about this,
Yeah.
and we were talking about, I told you about what stuck out to me like so much in the interview that like got to me was
Yeah.
when she talked about her story about the guy trying to leave her and
Yes.
he was very and she's hanging on to the back of his car, the bumper of his car while he's trying to
Yep.
pull off and I was just like, oh my goodness, like you know what I mean.
Yep.
And he said to her, the problem with you, baby doll, is that you think you're so special,
Yeah.
that's what he said to her. And she started crying like, no, I'm not special, I'm not special, I'm
Yeah.
not special, like trying to bring herself down
Yep.
in order to keep this man in her life,
Mhm.
right? And of course she admit, yeah, she was like 23 and it took her some time to understand herself and all that. But I'm like, this quote definitely goes for that too. So whether it's relationship, friendship, that particular person didn't see the light, the true
Yeah.
light that she was.
Yeah.
And we don't need to hang on to things that
Mm. Don't.
don't
Yeah.
recognize our light. We don't
Exactly.
need to like bang people over the head to see our light either.
Yeah.
Once again, it goes back to us. Do we see our light? Do we see
Mhm.
our light?
Yeah.
That's what we need to know. Do we see our
Yeah.
light?
Yep.
Somebody else doesn't see it. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Allow them to move on. Allow them to
Exactly.
go about their business. Because all it does is drain you when you feel unseen,
Right.
unheard, whatever. Then you
Yeah.
start to feel not cared for. Then you start to put out effort, feeling like you have to do all this stuff to get someone to see you. No,
Mhm.
that's wasted energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I like that she said. And I'll say it one more time so the whole wide world can understand.
Yes. I love that part. I
If you
love that.
don't have other people who see you for the light that you are, for the joy that you are, or the goodness you bring, you are with the wrong people. So
Ooh.
that's my answer to that.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I resonated with that. I think so many women can relate to one part of their life when they're trying to show someone their worth or explain to
Mm.
someone or prove to someone. I think we've all been there. I know
Yes.
I have. And it
Yep.
is draining. It's very
Yes.
draining when you're trying to, you know, over explain and then you start
Yeah.
losing parts of yourself. And,
Mm-hmm.
I think, it's just draining for sure.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but she said that I can definitely say that once upon a time
Yep.
I was in her shoes.
Yeah, I hear
So,
you. I
yeah,
hear you.
yeah,
We all been there, and
yeah.
I'm crying over these fools, and I don't know why.
Yes.
That can't get me to cry over one now, I'll tell you
Yes,
that.
girl.
Cry who?
I love that.
I
I
don't
love it.
even know if
Yeah.
they can make it through my front door, but anyway.
Yeah.
the the second one, the
Yeah.
second one, question or a point to discuss is similar to what you were explaining. So it
Uh-huh.
says life doesn't end at 40, it
Yeah.
finally begins. So that was
Yeah.
like, just like you said, one of the things that she kind of brought out.
Yeah.
Um, but just to go deeper, and this is it's interesting, why do you think so many women fear getting older?
Mm. I know for me, being that I'm 43 and when I first turned 40, I was scared. I was just like feeling like, okay, life is almost over. The things that I think that's when I realized a lot of things that I wanted. I realized a little bit more about myself, how I wanted to live, the desires of my life. I realized that, okay, I think I want to live like this, but been living like this way for so long. And so I felt like it was just I didn't have time. I felt like, okay, well, I should have did that in my 20s and 30s. And
Mm,
so it just made me feel like, okay, Connie, you just wasted, your adulthood just doing the wrong thing. So it's no point to try to reinvent
mm,
yourself now. So I did
mm,
go through that. And I was so fearful that, the better parts of my life was over, And
mm.
so I think now, for sure now, I don't feel like that. I think it's just
Okay,
beginning for me.
okay.
I
Mm,
think we need to go through, the 20s and 30s to just find ourselves.
yeah.
And so I think a lot of women, and another thing is that we didn't have the same level of information that,
Hmm.
in our 20s and 30s that we do now. So I
Yeah,
talk about that a lot. Like,
yeah.
the internet, I mean, I think we had the internet for sure,
Oh
but
yeah, oh
the
yeah. But
information
it was
was,
different. It's
yeah, the
different.
information was different. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm always saying, man, if I would have had this information in my 20s and
Mm-hmm.
30s, I would be so much far ahead. I've been down on myself about that. But then I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I still have time left, God willing. And just,
Yeah.
it's not over. 40 does not mean that, everything's over. And like Oprah said, it's just the beginning.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's I think because of the fact that I felt like I didn't really do, it's like I did certain things in my
Yeah.
20s and 30s, but it's not anything that I would say necessarily had anything to do with being 20s and 30s. So you have people that they got a chance to dress the way they wanted to dress. Maybe they enjoyed the way they looked and things. I think because I'm still on that journey of getting there,
Mhm.
that it's like, well, I didn't, I feel like I
Yeah.
didn't get to do that. I
Yeah.
didn't get to feel like I was
Yeah.
comfortable in my own skin then. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like, so it's like I'm still trying to feel comfortable in my own skin. I'm still,
Yeah.
so I feel like it can't be over before it began yet. So I have
Yeah.
to I have to keep striving to
Yeah.
get to that feeling,
Yeah.
like I don't know, it might seem simple, but it's like, yeah, I want to wear a bikini one day. A lot of people are like, I can't wear a bikini. Oh, good for you. You
Yeah.
you wore a bikini, and when you were tell
I
me more about
know.
that, because I wasn't wearing a
Me
bikini
neither. Me
then.
neither.
So you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to get there, and I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's over because
No.
I didn't get to get there. So yes, I want the frivolous things. I
Yeah.
want all those things.
Hmm.
No, and that's why I preach staying young and juicy.
Oh, I love that.
So you cannot be old if you
Yeah.
stay young and juicy.
Yes.
So I think that's why I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't think of it that way. And even when it comes to like, because I don't have, I'm gonna say living children, right?
Yeah.
But even when I think about like relationships and stuff like that, I I can't sit down and say, "Oh my gosh, I could have had a kid with this." No, none of them
Yeah.
were right. None of them were
Right.
right. Like
Right.
none of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No offense, but they were
Yeah.
not right.
Yeah.
None of them were marriage material. None of them wanted to, none
Yeah.
of them were doing anything with them. So it's like,
Yeah.
no. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like I beat myself up because I'm like, man, I didn't experience a lot of the things that you see the younger women they experience in their
mm-hmm,
20s and 30s.
mm-hmm.
For honestly, I just got my passport. I'm 43 and I just got my
I,
passport.
I remember you told me, and I'm
Yeah,
excited for you
thank
like
you.
so much,
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So it
and
was,
yeah.
yeah, it was the experiences. Sometimes I beat myself up and I'm like, man, I didn't do these things in my 20s and 30s. And I felt like I should have. But now I don't really beat myself up about it.
Mm-mm.
I'm doing it now. I'm happy, I'm
Exactly.
living, and I'm finding myself. So
That's
yeah.
right.
So
That's right.
yeah.
And there's so many different paths that people take. So it's like
Yeah, definitely.
there's,
So
it's
yeah.
it's it's all good,
Yes.
It's
Yep.
all good.
Yep.
Um, there's some other questions here, but we kind of touched on them a little bit. But maybe we could talk about this.
Mhm.
Have you become more confident with age?
I think
And do you feel like there's a freedom, sorry, do you feel like there's a freedom that comes with getting older? I feel like those two kind of go together
they
a little
do.
bit.
They
Yeah.
do. Um, I would say yes. I have been became more confident with age.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I would say before I hit 40,
Okay.
I was not very confident. I was always I felt like I had to ask for permission to do
Mm,
whatever it is that I wanted. So if I wanted to be something or be someone, or if I wanted to live a certain lifestyle, I felt like I was looking for validation,
mm,
to be, or to think the way that I was thinking, because I'm like,
yeah.
what is this? Should I be thinking this way? Do I want to live
Mm-hmm.
like this? Do I want to have this? But now I'm more like certain of who I am, what I want, and all of the things. So I'm very
Yeah.
confident in who I am now. And I think that came with the inner work. I've been doing, like I
Yeah.
said, that identity work for the last 2 years. And
Yeah.
now you can't tell me anything. I know what I want. I know who I am. I know who I'm becoming.
Awesome.
I know where I'm going. So I would definitely say that, I became more confident with age for sure.
That's good. That's good.
And it is a certain level of freedom that you get when you have this. My boundaries are just like I didn't have boundaries before 40, I would
Mm,
say. But now I'm like, if it's a no, it's a no. If I have to rest, I will rest. If I need a break, I will take a break, and sometimes
yeah.
I do feel guilty. But,
Mm,
I just feel like, it's just the level of freedom that you get when you are confident and you're confident in who you are and where you're going. So
yep.
for sure, I do
Yep.
believe that you do get confident with age. And I
Yep.
think it's just going to expand, as I get older. So
Yeah.
ask me this
I
question in 10 more years. I would love to hear
I
how
think
that
we
goes.
should. I think
Yes,
we should talk about this in 10 more years.
yes.
Yeah.
So
No,
did you?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I'm not going to say that, oh my goodness, I've reached the pinnacle of confidence or self-esteem and all that, but I definitely know that I don't put up with certain things.
Mm-mm. No, not at
I
all.
value my peace like more
Yes.
than anything else. So it's like truly, truly, if the person's not adding to it, you
Exactly.
can't come in through the
Mm-mm.
front door. No.
Yeah, I
You
don't blame
can't come
you.
in. I value my ability to just be myself and not feel like I have to be like a chameleon
Yeah,
to please somebody else. I just
yeah,
don't have the energy for that.
yeah,
I don't think that their whoever,
yeah,
need
yeah.
is bigger than mine. I don't even want that. It's just too much because I can think back on a lot of things I've done
Mhm.
just to like, I don't know, feel like I look the best or feel the
Yeah,
best. I'm not interested in those type of games anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I don't blame you. It's exhausting. It's
It's like a
exhausting.
people pleasing Olympics. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, no,
Forget
no.
about it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So,
all
okay.
right. Next question. I don't know if we're good on time.
We have
It's
8
gonna
minutes.
probably be
Yeah, we have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, we can probably get through this one. We're probably gonna save the rest for part two.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Um,
Okay.
knowing your worth. So, do we think that self-worth is something you discover or something you decide?
To me, you would think that it's something you decide.
Mm,
I think there's some
mm,
women who can just decide, the self-worth, their self-worth. But for me, I think it's something that I discovered. I think it was through experiences that I discovered my self-worth.
yeah,
Because like I said, I relied on validation, external validation. Um,
yeah,
and so it wasn't something I may have wanted to decide, like, okay, my self-worth is this. But honestly, it's easier said than done.
yeah,
And I honestly believe that it wasn't until I started to go through certain experiences.
yeah,
And again, I'm bringing it back up that identity
yep,
work. That identity
yeah,
work is where I said, you know what? It was like this light bulb came on. I'm like, you know what?
mm-hmm,
I actually can do this. I'm actually am worth, having this or being treated like this. So
yeah,
it wasn't until I would definitely say that you discover your self-worth through experiences, at least for me.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
how
yeah.
about you?
I think it's I agree. I agree. I feel like it's a little bit of both
Uh-huh.
sometimes
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because I think that sometimes I don't want to say fake it till you make it. I don't want to
Oh
say
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like there is a willingness that you may have to talk yourself up into or
Yeah.
declare, kind of like you might need to declare
Yeah.
certain things because sometimes, I mean, I've also experienced not making declaration and I've
Mm.
fallen into all kinds of weird stuff that it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I should have tried to have a stronger mind at first. So then when walking into the situation, I'm like, okay, remember what you said. But what
Yeah.
if you didn't say it anything and you
Exactly.
were just kind of just open, like, eh?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like,
That can
so I
happen.
feel it's like a little bit of both
Yes.
made it better. A little,
Yes.
a little bit of both made it better. But for the most part, I agree with you that certain experiences kind of help, even if it's just confirming who
Mm.
you know you already are inside. I've
Yeah.
had a lot of those
Oh,
experiences, a
yes.
lot of those experiences where it's like, okay, I really do stand for this because even oh
Uh, what happened?
what happened?
Is it
Something
still?
happened.
Oh, really? It's still
I
going?
don't know what happened.
It's still showing that we're recording. We got 5 minutes,
Okay, good,
a little
good.
less than 5
Something
minutes.
something happened with a weird something happened. I don't
Oh,
know.
really? I
Something
did see
happened
a
on my
glitch
screen.
somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, there's certain experiences that I've had where yeah, I
Yeah.
was tested. When you're tested
Yep.
and
Yep.
then it comes out. And
Yes.
then you're like, yeah, this is really me. I'm
Yeah.
not standing for that. And it might take a few tries.
Yeah.
It might take a few tries because, yeah, people like to push and see if they could break your boundaries. And then sometimes we let them. And then maybe by the fifth or sixth time that it happened, you're like, no
Yeah.
way. And you
Yeah.
learn your lesson. You're not going to do it,
Yeah.
whatever that may be. So,
Exactly. And I agree. I think it is a little bit of both. I feel like now, since I've gone through different experiences, I'm more like I am deciding before I jump into certain situations. I'm like, okay, here's my
yep,
self-worth, here's my worth, here's my boundaries,
yep,
here's my values. So,
yep,
like I'm not, I can decide now because of those
yeah,
experiences that I discovered along the way.
yep,
So it's just, I think it's like you said, it is a little bit of both. But for me, I think that it clicked
hmm,
through discovering, with experiences that I went through. So for
yep,
sure. Yeah.
yep. All right.
So,
So we're gonna take a break, I guess. And
yeah,
then we're
we have a
gonna
little
come
bit
back
less
for
than
part 2.
minutes. Yeah, we have 3 minutes left.
3
So
minutes. But
yeah,
it's been great so far. I
it
tell you
has
that.
been good
It's been
conversation.
great.
Good
Very good
conversation.
conversation. There's one thing I wrote down here. because there were so many different of so many different quotes that she had that I was just like, wow, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
One way she thinks she said, you know, the way to the flow is the truth. So I
Mm,
said, oh, okay, just being in flow, being in alignment with
yep.
whatever it is that you're involving yourself in, that is, you know, the truth kind of helps to lead that along, push that along. And then another one, she said, it is a violent act against yourself to allow other people to diminish you and to not lift you and exalt you. And
Ooh,
I said, yeah, yeah, because yeah, what are they doing? You know, what's going on? A lot of people are in situations where there's someone just constantly putting them
yeah,
down, and you're just like, well, what is the purpose of this? Just to,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's feeding their ego to do that. So I
Right.
just said that's a good reminder to understand if we let that happen,
Mhm.
it's almost like we're committing a violent act against ourselves. Because
Yeah,
people can do whatever they want, but we don't have
yeah,
to stand for it. That's what I took
exactly.
from that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. I did hear her say that, and
Mm-hmm.
that resonated as well. So
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So I don't
All
want this
right.
to cut off
Well,
on us. So
okay.
yeah. So
So
we'll
that's part one, and we'll
yeah.
come back for part two.
Yes, I'm ready. All righty.